So you want to know the secret to handling millions of users? Well, here's the thing. There is no single secret. It's a blueprint. And in this final session, we're going to build that blueprint together step by step. You'll see exactly how we go from 0 to millions, and even beyond.
Okay, before we jump into the nitty-gritty and start drawing out our master plan, there's one core idea, one guiding principle that you absolutely have to understand. It's the foundation for everything we're about to do.
And here it is. This is the golden rule, you guys. Scaling a system is an iterative process. You got to get this into your head. This isn't some project you just finish. Nope. It's a loop. A constant cycle of building, learning, and making things better. The principles we're about to cover, that's your starting point, your foundation. But the real work, that never really stops.
Okay, with that in mind, let's get practical. Enough theory, right? We're going to walk through 8 key techniques. Think of it as the ultimate architect's checklist. And the cool part? As I talk through each point, we're going to build our system right here, live. We'll start with just one user and end up with a full-blown architecture ready for the masses.
All right, number 1 on the checklist, and this one is non-negotiable. Keep your web tier stateless. What's that mean? Simple. You take all that user session info out of your individual web servers and you stick it in a central shared spot. Why? Because now any server can handle any user's request. This makes scaling out, just adding more servers, an absolute breeze. It's the key to real horizontal scale.
Next up, number 2, build in redundancy. Everywhere. Look, if any single component can bring your whole system crashing down, that's what we call a single point of failure, and we hate those. So what do? We double everything up, writing extra load balancers, multiple database copies, the works. Now, if one thing breaks, traffic just flows to the backup. Easy. This isn't just a backup plan, it's the very core of a highly available system.
Principle number 3 is a lifesaver. Cache everything you possibly can. Hitting the database for info is slow and it's expensive. So we slot in a dedicated caching layer, a super fast memory store right between our app and our database. Now, common requests get answered from the cache instead of bugging the database. The result? Things get way faster and our database can finally breathe a little.
Okay, so our system is looking pretty solid. It's fast, it's got backups, but what happens if an entire region goes dark? It happens. That's where number 4 comes in, support multiple data centers. We literally copy our entire setup and plant it in a completely different part of the world. Smart routing sends users to whichever is closest or healthiest. This isn't just nice to have, this is your ultimate insurance policy. This is real disaster recovery.
All right, number 5. This is about efficiency. Your web servers shouldn't be wasting their precious time serving up big files like images, videos, or JavaScript. So we offload that work to a CDN, a content delivery network. It's a global network of servers whose only job is to store and serve these files. We stick it right at the front, so now users download assets from a server that's super close to them. It's a total game changer for your page load times.
Sooner or later, you're going to hit a wall. Your user base gets so big that your main database just can't keep up with all the new data being written. That's a good problem to have. And the solution is Principle 6, sharding. Watch this. We take our one giant database and we break it into smaller, more manageable pieces, or shards. We can split it by user ID, whatever makes sense. The point is, we're spreading the work across a bunch of machines, which lets us scale our data pretty much forever.
Our system is getting big and complex now, and when it's this big, having one giant chunk of code, a monolith, becomes a real nightmare to maintain. So that leads us to number 7, split it up into individual services. See that? Our one big app just broke apart into smaller, focused microservices. A user service here, a payment service there. Now, each team can develop, deploy, and scale their little piece independently. That's modern architecture right there.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, number 8. We've built this huge, complex machine. So how on earth do we keep an eye on it? The answer? Monitoring and automation. You absolutely have to know what's going on inside your system. So we layer on tools for logging, for tracking performance, for automating deployments, because you can't fix what you can't see. This is the nervous system that lets you manage all this beautiful complexity.
So, there it is. Take a second and just look at that. That is the master blueprint. That's what it takes to scale to millions of users. But let's go all the way back to where we started. Remember our guiding principle? It's an iterative process. This diagram, it's not the end. It's the beginning.
It's the rock-solid foundation you'll build on to solve the next set of challenges.
We've walked through the checklist. We built the blueprint together. Now, this knowledge, it's yours. So I'll leave you with just one question. What new challenges are you going to solve with it?